So, main entrance. Looking back, these boards will move, they're going back to the safe zone. You've got defensive bunker, and of course the tower will go roughly where the trestles are at this time. Okay, let's take a wander around the outside. Defensive bunker, and then we hit fence. Still got reinforcing to do, but a lot of it is now done. You can see where we are, existing buildings coming along, and we've got one of the new entrances in at the back of the new building, this one and this one, purpose built blind area. Right, Steve's giant cock around the side of the building, and just to prove that people do actually work, grab. Second entrance in, leading up to the back, and defensive bunker. Right, purposefully leaving these empty, although they will be moved so people can crawl in. And then we get to the very back, which as you can see is a staggered T, so there's no direct way in. Next bunker, round to the back. Here's the new buildings, last of the roofing going on. Right, back towards the front, and we're back to, these are now the existing buildings that are there. As you can see, they're now dark inside. Another entrance in, just to the side, and again back down. We're now looking across the existing buildings here and here, straight down. As you can see, outpost has been rebuilt, windows been enlarged for slightly shorter people. Round, original front bunker, however another entrance point in, looking back, and that's the triangular building. So as you can see, moving back down to the right hand forward bunker at the front with its defensive points, into here, back along the front, and back along to the entrance. Right, let's move inside.
Live video.
Live video, there's Steve. Want to say anything to the world?
Big head. Wee head.
Okay, nothing new there. We'll start with the existing buildings. Okay, you can probably see already, ignore the wood lying about, but we now have entrances into the bunkers, defensive wall, the forward outpost that had completely collapsed, and as you can now tell, it's dark inside, with windows and a roof. Right, back out, defensive wall, and we've got the original buildings. Now, you may already be able to tell that these are dark because we now have roofing on all the buildings and in the wee alley. So you can actually now see that it is dark inside. Back in the conventional side.
I think Duncan's scared in case people will use it for other purposes.
Yeah, all back to the safe zone just to be safe.
True.
It also doesn't get destroyed then.
Duncan, you leaving these big boards here? Are they going back?
Oh, everything's got to go back, unfortunately. Right, into one of the existing buildings which is now roofed. As you can see, it's dark and it actually starts to echo a bit. So now inside, into the back, towards the window, and this is now looking out at the new buildings over the other side. Right, so back out. Right, original buildings back now with the roof, entrances into bunkers, over, next bunker up the top, and now over the new bridge, which is actually ridiculously sturdy, into the first of the new fortifications. Now this is actually from up the side of the, just up in the safe zone, because this was a pillbox which was just built too big, As you can see, the roof is just going on in this area, and this is one of the new buildings, alright, with swivel, because it does that, allows you to shoot out a little bit further. Lower point for somebody crouching, Steve's cock, right, and back round on ourselves, and we're now into the main area of the brand new building. 2 windows, one which is completely swivel, you'll see the wee hole, and if I put my finger in the hole, you can look out. Right, and over to the keyhole, right, which gives you a little bit of an arc of fire out, but be aware there's a dead zone behind this wall. There's Adam giving the thumbs up, reckoning he needs loads more ammo for this. Of which, by the way, Frenchie says tough because you know the rules on the next game.
No, I'm not going to be here for next game.
Ah.
I have to work.
And over to the next new building. We've put a partition here because it was actually just a little bit too wide. But now you can see that's your arc of fire, and there's the dead zone at the back of these buildings I was talking about. Alright, and into the doorway, which actually looks like a doorway for the last of the buildings, or last of the new buildings. And one window looking into the courtyard, nothing on this wall specifically, and apparently we've got a spinny thing which isn't actually meant to be there, but another window. So we have defensive points, basic roofing, and from here we walk back out. Back in, we're now looking over at the original buildings, and again, just to give context, this is where phase 2, the tower, will be. Looking over to the new buildings on the left as you look in from the path, the back wall with its new rear entrance. Over at the original buildings, forward outpost, front defensive points and bunkers, and the big area there, which is obscured by that wood at the moment, is the main entrance. Right, that concludes what we've done today, and just to prove, there's Mr. Laurie. Right, Adam, Si, Paul, Mark, Rab, Dan, we've got Scott, we've got a load of the guys here, and they've done a fucking wonderful job.